welcome back to my channel. So today is the day that I'm going to put the final touches on my Dollar Tree junk journal. But what I thought would be kind of fun would be to use this page that I've been using as my painting surface throughout this project. And I wanted to have painted pieces of doily as little small embellishments on my clusters or on my pages. And I thought, well, why not go ahead and paint onto this surface and then get that cool stenciled doily look on my surface here. So I'm going to get started on painting these doilies, and then I'll move to the next project.
We got everything here, at least to stay alive, and the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise, that with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about. We got time on our side, we're in a state of hope. Honey, you are my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise, that with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about. When it all breaks down, I'll wait for you right here, and I swear that we got nothing to fear. It's
Okay, so I think that that's pretty cool looking. So what I'm going to do with this is I'll be cutting it up into smaller bits to make tags and postcards and just small ephemera pieces to go in the pockets of my journal. So now I have quite a few colorful pieces to use in my ephemera. So the next thing I'm going to need is a few of these stenciled tea bags. Super easy, and I've used the heck out of them, so thought I'd show you. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I thought I'd go ahead and do a couple.
miracle that you and I are finally here. I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise, that with you I feel.
So one of the other decor items that I made for this journal is this cute tea bag ruffle. But I was wondering how it would be if I were to paint it before pulling the strings on it, pulling the threads. So I'm going to try that. What I'm going to do though, because this is a bit daunting and unnecessarily long, I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half. So I'm going to use this light pink on one of them. I don't want to do both until I know this is going to work. I'll take a little bit out. There. Then I'll squirt it with some water. Water it down. So it's almost like a dye instead of paint. So that'll help so this doesn't get as stiff maybe.
Alive. You'll be the last one I think
Okay, so I'm going to try gathering my pink tea bag ruffle. I brought that in case it doesn't work out because I haven't done this with a painted one yet, so this might be a bit tricky. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the back part of it tied off, or else you'll pull your thread right through. So you want to gather it a bit, hold on to your thread, and then pull the gathering down towards the end a little bit. Because if you bunch it up too much, then you might tear. You wouldn't with fabric, but you might with this paper. So it's not moving past this spot, right? Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. I'm going to go into fast motion on this and meet you at the other side.
Balancing on a weary line, too scared to trust you and jump down. I'll keep my status quo up here, won't let anybody.
So what I'm trying to do now is just kind of distribute it a little bit more evenly and pull out some of these bits that got a little bit smooshed. Truth be told, it's the jury's going to still be out on whether or not painting these is worth the time and trouble, because I'm not going to really know until I use it in my project. But I'm kind of liking it. It's different, right? All right, I'll mess with that later. Let me get a hold of this one real quick. Let's see if this one will go a little bit faster. Being, since it's not painted. So get the ends loose. Normally you would have a long end because you would leave it long, but I had to cut this one. But see how much easier it is when it's not painted? Maybe I should have done that one first. But yeah, you just pull on it, distribute it down. I've already tied that off so it won't pull out. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of show you how easy it is without the paint on it. And then you can glue that to the edge of your page, across the top of a pocket. And I think it's super cute. I think I like it not painted. I mean, that's okay, but I just love the way that looks, because when the tea was steeping through these bags, it made dark spots, light spots. So it's kind of interesting looking. So that's the tea bag ruffle, and now I'm going to move on to my next project. Okay, so I've got my paper painted. I've even taken a piece off of this side to make a tag out of. But I thought I'd share where I'm at as far as prepping everything for putting my little clusters together. So here's an example of one of my clusters. Some tea bag, lace, a couple of pieces of the paper, another tea bag, a little bit of my painted doily. And so I gathered all of those items here, and I thought I'd go through them real quick because I made a couple of changes. So these right here are some flowers that are from the dollar store that come on the stems, and I just pull them apart. And these are the same ones, but I tried doing some tea dyeing on those, and I could have gone darker, but I didn't want to go too dark and make them look dirty. So they came out okay, but I'm really happy with these. These were all once white, with the exception of this one. This one was more like that, but when I was putting my flowers together, all the pretty green part was in the middle where you couldn't see it. So I thought, well, what if I were to dye my petals in my paint? So I took a little bit of my red and green These are the poster paints that I bought at the dollar store. I added it to a little bit of water, shook it around, and dyed them. Now these came out pink instead of red, but that's okay. They're still pretty, but I love those. I love having that color. I also did the same thing with, hold on. Okay, so what I had done is just added a little bit of water, or a lot of water actually, to some of the poster paint, and made kind of a dye, and turned this Dollar Tree lace into pink and green. Because the poster paints only came in pink, green, black, and white, that kind of get, limited, the colors that I could, work with. But I'm happy with having 3 different colors in that lace. So yeah, very happy about the way that turned out. And I'm really happy about the way my little flowers turned out. So I'm going to be taking all of my little bits and pieces that I've had in my video, that I've already shown in my video, and I'm going to start making some clusters like this for my decor and try to come up with as many ideas as I can. So let's get started. Okay, I'm just going to randomly grab the base, which is a color on top of tea bag. Let's see. Then a little bit of doily. I'm going to have some fun with color. This came out a little bit too bright for me, so I gave it a little bit of a tea wash. And how I've been doing them is I've been stitching them, and then I'll put a little dollop of glue here and there on there. But yeah. So I have my base. I want to get another. I'm going to have to go get some more paper. All right, got my small bits. I think this is a bit kind of big, but I might need a big one. I'm just going to go, I can always cut it down, so I'm going to leave it big. So I've already threaded my needle. Need to give it a knot. May have overdone it on the tea dye on this, but it is what it is. So I just prefer to have a few stitches in mine. And then, but gluing works too. But I just was having fun with mixed media, trying to do something a little bit different.
I'll fix it on my own. 29 years I've been the same, trying so hard to run from shame. But how long can I keep up the pace? To fool myself I don't need grace. Will you be there to catch my...
Oh, one thing that I kind of wanted to put on here was a piece of lace. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to start small and work your way up. Then the green. And then kind of this yellowy color. And what I can do is I can just go through the lace, right? And I want it in this spot about, so I'm just going to use the hole that I made with my needle. There we go. Okay. Okay, press it down as much as you can to make it flat. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to use these little flowers. These are a packaged flower from the Dollar Tree. And I thought that I would hot glue that in the middle. I don't know if I want black. So that's where the hot glue is going to come in. Ah, there we go. Okay. All right. That didn't take long at all. Just a little fast embellishment. Okay, I'd like to try to make a cluster embellishment with this. And I realize when I embellish it, I'm going to be hiding some of the paint, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm just going to go right down the middle.
Need to be sure you'll hear my call. Darkness around me and I don't know why it's so hard to let go.
Go ahead and give it a little bit of stain before I start putting it together. This is just some Tim Holtz walnut stain. I'm not too sure about this side over here though. It's kind of bothering me. I'm going to see if I can clean this side up over here where my original tear was. There. Let's try that. On this one, I used just a piece. Maybe that would be nice. Let's see. Yeah. I'll just use a piece of it. Okay. Move those out of the way. I don't exactly have a plan. I'm kind of going off the cuff on this one a little bit. Thought it'd be nice to use up some of these stickers. Kind of big. This one's cute. Let's see if we can add something. Like a piece of lace. Off to the side there. That might be kind of pretty. Yeah, let's do that. There. Kind of stuck to it. So I'm feeling like it needs just a little bit more of something. That's kind of pretty. Let's try that. Make a nice big knot by rolling it. This is waxed. I waxed this baker's twine. Now I don't know if I want it to be to the side or in the middle. It just looks so plain. We'll commit. There. Now on the back here, all I have to do is just put a piece of tape across there that will hold the knot, and then maybe just put a little bit of glue underneath there, and we're good to go. So this is going to be my last embellishment, and what I want to try to do is turn this into a little rose. By gathering it up super tight, trying not to break my thread. Let's see, I think this is the good side. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it. You know what I think I want to do though, now that I think about it? I'm going to put a line of glue in the middle of this and then roll it on itself so it self-adheses, and then I can clip it. So let me get the glue. I think this would be my best bet. Let's see how this works. Just going across the middle where that stitch line is. That should do it. And I think I want to start from this side. Bring this down. There, give it a squeeze down at the bottom, because that's where I'm going to cut. And the reason why I want to do it that way is because I want to have a really short base so that when I cut at this line right here, I'll put some more glue on there and then it will be flatter and it won't take up as much bulk. My journal is already getting a little bit on the bulky side. So I'm going to let that dry and then I'll cut that. And then I'll meet you at the other side. Okay, I've got my little embellishments, and I thought that using my painted page on this big plain middle piece would be kind of cute. So I'm going to put that there and put this larger one there, but I'm thinking I might want this to be a bit smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and tear a little bit of that off. I want to see more of that stenciling. Yeah, perfect. And this right here, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way. Let me grab my scissors. Okay, these will work. So, as you can see, there's I hope you can see. I'm not sure if you can or not. I'll get up there close. This is my stitch line. That's my original stitch line. This is just some of the thread that I wound around it while it was drying. So I'm going to try to get up close there. It should still be very much glued and sewn. So I'm pushing that up towards the middle to flatten it. Oh my goodness, look at my flowers all smushy. So I can go ahead and grab the edges and fluff it out just a little bit. Oh, tore it. Being a little too rough with this little guy. Let's see if we can get that out. Yeah. Get the middle going a little bit. Here, I'm going to just tear that off since it's already torn. Yeah, that's okay. There. Little paper rose. And it's not terribly flat, but it might be flat enough. Even if I smashed it like that, it's still a pretty embellishment. So I'll look for a place for that a little bit later. In the meantime, I wanted to use at least one of my embellishments in this video. I don't want to give away too much about where this thing's going because I want to do another video where I do a lot more decorating and then a flip through. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of this. It's got some nice torn edges that will pick up this ink.
Why it's so hard to let go. ask why I wasted my time. And I'll say I didn't know better, but the truth is I was weak and scared, afraid of the blame. 29 years I've been the same, trying so hard to run from shame. And I will not keep up the pace to fool myself. I don't need grace.
Okay. I'm liking that. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this page spread because I'm not sure how enthusiastic I am about painting the pages. I could do that later, but I'm just kind of losing my enthusiasm about that particular project. I have some journaling that I've already done that I'm going to go ahead and put in this envelope, and I may or may not decorate that. And then when I'm done doing all of my decorating, I'll do a flip through of my journal, and so far I'm actually really, really liking it. There was a time in the beginning that I just did not have the faith that I was going to be able to pull it off, but I'm really feeling good about the way it's going. It looks very tropical, and yes, I am repeating a lot of the same colors over and over again, but it's been a great exercise in working with a small amount of supplies and a small color palette, which this might seem like a lot of color to some people, but to me, I'm just used to a lot of color in my journal. So I hope you like this video. I hope that it was informative. I hope that I was able to teach you something new maybe, or just entertain you. So hopefully you'll give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.